We are now live in Sokoto State, where President Muhammad Buhari is currently inaugurating. He's about to inaugurate the 3 million metric ton Line 4 of BUA cement facility. The president will also perform the groundbreaking for Sokoto Line 5 of the cement factory as well. The plant, when completed, will bring BUA's production capacity to 20 million tons per annum from the current 11 million tons that it produces. Right, and that's the inauguration of the new 3 million TPA BUA cement plant. So there are dignitaries there at the moment on the red carpet getting ready to inaugurate the project and awaiting the president as well.
As we told you earlier, President Muhammad Buhari will be commissioning the 3 million metric ton Sokoto Line 4 cement plant. The event will also see the groundbreaking of the 3 million metric tons Line 5 by the president as well.
And the plants, when they are all completed, will bring BUA's production capacity to 20 million tons per annum from the current 11 million tons it produces. And
yes, and BUA is actually doing quite well at the moment. They've done so many other projects in the past, and all of this will culminate in effective production in cement as well as the other arms that they have as well. They've got food and so many other departments that actually offer and cater to Nigerians' needs. And he also offers employment to quite a number of people as well. So this is really a good step and a step in the right direction. It'll be interesting to see what the president has to say. I'm sure it would definitely be words of positivity and good graces, I'm sure, but we'll definitely wait to see what he has to say. We're expecting him. He's due to arrive at any moment in time, and we'll see how that plays out eventually. But more dignitaries on the red carpet there getting ready for the inauguration of the project.
earlier, we saw images of what it looks like the BUA cement factory facility. Looks quite large. It is definitely a step in the right direction for Sokoto State. The president very busy in these last couple of weeks, inaugurating projects all over the country.
Yes.
And it's just great to see everyone is active, and the industrialization of the nation is active and in full throttle.
Well, the timing, of all these projects that has been inaugurating, some would say, is due to the elections that will be holding in 2023, so that it will seem like the APC is working, the APC is more visible, but all the same, all these projects definitely will be to the benefit of Nigerians. So it's good to see all this, coming up at this time.
Definitely. And one of the positives about this project is one of the few projects that will be completed at least this year. I think they're looking at towards the end of the year. It should be completed by then. Some of these other projects, when they inaugurate them, sometimes it takes years, but at least this will be completed. And let's hope that, it would actually bring down the price of cement down eventually.
That would be really good news.
Exactly. That would be really good news indeed.
And like Timmy Tokpa said earlier, it definitely does seem that because it's an election, we're coming into an election year. It seems that there is a lot of activity on the part of our politicians. Earlier, we saw images of a lot of them gathered. Everyone is waiting for the president to go ahead and
to arrive, actually.
Inaugurate this 3 million metric ton line 4 of the BUA cement plant. So as we said, we are live in Sokoto State, where President Muhammadu Buhari will shortly inaugurate the 3 million metric ton line 4 of BUA cement factory. The president will also perform the groundbreaking for Sokoto line 5 of the cement factory. The plants, when completed, will bring BUA's production capacity to 20 million tons per annum from the current 11 million tons it produces.
You're watching the live coverage of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is expected in Sokoto State to inaugurate the 3 million metric ton line 4 of BUA cement facility. The president is also expected to perform the groundbreaking for Sokoto line 5 of the cement factory. So a little bit more about BUA Cement. It was incorporated in 2008, and it commenced operations in the same year through its floating cement terminal, BUA Cement 1, designed specifically for bulk and bag cement unloading. Well, in 2009, BUA Group acquired the cement company of northern Nigeria and the Edo Cement Company to boost and increase the metric tons of annual cement production in the country. And in 2018, BUA Obo Cement completed a 3 million NTPA plant, resulting in a combined capacity at Okpela of 6 million NTPA.
And BUA's group entry into the cement market actually began way back in 2008 when the government gave them license to import cement to a selected group of entrepreneurs. And BUA initially began operations with a floating cement clinker, rebagging the products before it went on to purchase controlling interest in the struggling Edo cement plant. I think one of the areas that the BUA has actually decided to sort of set up plans include Edo, Adamawa, Sokoto, and obviously Lagos as well. So it's interesting that they have quite a number of outlets in various parts of the country.
And BUA Cement is proudly African, as they say, and they are a world-class cement producer, definitely focusing on sustaining businesses and, allowing for products that meet the highest standards and financial performance for the country. And we are still live in Sokoto State, where the president will be inaugurating the 3 MTPA BUA cement plant.
Now, the company was listed on the stock exchange. The company was listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange in January 2020 with a market cap of $3.2 billion. And funny enough, the chairman of BUA Group, Abdulsamad Rabiu, I think he's the 5th richest person in Africa. So that's also definitely worth noting. He's done very well in the industry in Nigeria.
And the fact that BUA Group is also, the second largest cement producer in the Nigerian market and the largest cement producer in the northwestern region of the company, is noteworthy. So the company is really doing great.
And when it comes to sustainability, which is a big discussion around the world, BUA is one of the leading heads of that. They are market leaders, of course, within the construction sector. They've been harnessing local resources and also investing in human capital development, also setting up efficient industries and trying to give back to the communities through various social impact intervention programs. So it would be interesting to see what could develop from Sokoto State with the amount of jobs that will be created from this inauguration and the social impact as well.
Obviously, it's going to impact positively with the number of jobs that will be given out as a result of this, the setting up of this 3 million TPA BUA cement plant. Definitely going to give a positive outlook on Sokoto State. And I'm sure the governor, Aminu Tambuwal, will be very pleased indeed that BUA is taking this initiative and taking the job market to a different level as well. I'm sure the number of staff that will be required will range in the thousands.
Well, I'm sure that the other related sectors like the housing and construction sectors will also be pleased with what's happening today, because it will definitely be a boost, to these sectors.
Yes, definitely indeed. BUA has, I have to say, has done very well indeed, not just in the cement industry, but in food and infrastructure, mining and manufacturing, and the list goes on and on. I have a feeling that he's going to branch onto, or the company is going to branch into various other sectors as well, just to make sure that enough jobs are out there and they're providing job security for quite a number of people. And from what we've seen so far, Sokoto, Adamawa, Edo, and Lagos, the list is endless. There are 36 other states that I'm sure they would like to branch into eventually, but we don't know that for certain. We'll definitely wait to hear from the chairman himself and when they make the announcements, obviously. But in the meantime, they're doing great work.
Yes, it seems the images we see on the screen, lots of dignitaries within the hall. In Sokoto State, we are still awaiting the inauguration of the cement plant. But let's go back to talking about the environment and sustainability, which, as I see, BUA is very proud about. So looking at some of what they are saying on their in their communications, it seems like they have an ultra-modern way to produce this cement. Now, this is quite interesting. Speaking from coming off the hills of the COP26 meetings that happened months ago, there are proactive measures that the company is taking to reduce CO2 emissions and noise and dust pollution. Apparently, they have operators that monitor each section, and there are dust collectors that are installed around the cement facilities to purify the air quality. It's not something we can actually see through the images, but that's quite good to know that their products are environmentally
friendly. It looks like the president has arrived.
And I think they're still making their way, parking and getting ready for the president to come off one of those convoys that we're seeing at the moment. He should be coming off any one of those vehicles at any point in time from now onwards. So we're expecting him, and will be interesting to see how he's received by the host Governor Aminu Tambuwal and the BUA Group Chairman as well, Abdulsamad Rabiu. They will all be there to make sure he's well received, and it will be interesting to see how the plant is inaugurated with all of the projects there as well. Earlier on, we did see quite a number of people waiting in one of the halls where the inauguration will be taking place. Quite a number of dignitaries, I would imagine, will be gracing the occasion. We'll be bringing you more information regarding who is available once we have all of that info as well.
Well, just a little background about BUA Cement. It was incorporated in 2008 and it commenced operation in the same year through its floating cement terminals, BUA Cement 1, designed specifically for bulk and bag cement unloading. In 2009, BUA Group acquired the Cement Company of Northern Nigeria and the Edo Cement Company to boost and increase the metric tons of annual cement production in the country. And in the second quarter of 2015, it signed a contract with FLL Smith for a 3 million MTPA new production line in Edo Cement to be sited at Obu, Edo State.
BUA Cement is actually like the second largest producer of cement. The BUA Group, that is, the second largest producer of cement in the country. And they do produce CEM to the type of cement in accordance with the Nigerian industrial standards. So that's also a plus. Apparently, it's ideal for construction purposes in Nigeria. And its unique quality makes it the cement of choice for block making, plastering, and even concrete works as well.
The products, the cement is Portland limestone cement. It's also environmentally friendly, as we were saying earlier. There's less fossil fuels expended to produce this cement, and we are still live in Sokoto State. We can see the edifice. It's quite large, and the dignitaries are in the hall. It seems like the president arrived a little earlier, so we are seeing a little bit of movement and expect him to commence the inauguration of this new BUA cement plant.
We're still bringing you live coverage of the inauguration of new 3 MTPA BUA cement plant. And as we bring you that coverage, we can see that the President Muhammad Buhari, has indeed arrived at the venue in Sokoto State, where he'll be unveiling the groundbreaking of 3 million metric ton line 5, where the plants are currently they're going to be inaugurated in a short time from now.
Well, BUA Cement in Sokoto State is primarily engaged in the business of quarrying, extracting, processing, and dealing in limestone, as well as the manufacture and supply of cement. The cement plant in Sokoto State is the largest private employer of labor in northwest Nigeria.
More of President Muhammad Buhari there from the pictures that we saw earlier. Some traditional rulers at the moment seated right in front of the hall, awaiting the president's arrival into the hall where the inauguration will be taking place. They're expecting him any moment from now. We can see there's quite a number of people there, including security personnel, as well as the host governor as well, Aminu Tambuwal, who'll be there, as well as the chairman of BUA Group as well, all receiving the president as he arrives at the premises of BUA Cement line in Sokoto State. Quite a number of people, as we can see, media personnel as well, just getting ready and making way for the president to arrive into the venue. The venue.
You're watching live pictures from Sokoto State, where President Muhammad Buhari is expected to inaugurate the 3 million metric ton line 4 of BUA cement facility. The president will also perform the groundbreaking for Sokoto line 5 of the cement factory. The plants, when completed, will bring BUA's production capacity to 20 million tons per annum from the current 11 million tons it produces.
The inauguration is expected by the President Muhammad Buhari later on. He has already arrived the scene of events, and we're expecting him to speak any moment from now while he's still being received in the major hall there. There's still quite a number of items taking place in the vicinity of BUA Cement PLC. We can see the edifice. This is the hall where dignitaries are already seated and waiting. Back to the hall there, where they're expecting the president to come in, and once he's seated, I'm sure all protocols will be observed before he will be allowed to say one or two things to the Sokoto State government and to the management and staff of BUA Cement as well. One of the interesting things about this BUA Cement thing, when it comes to the cost of this project, from what I've seen so far, it's expected to cost anything from $1 to $1.05 billion. And as mentioned earlier, the project is expected to be completed by the end of this year.
And it is quite a large project. And BUA Cement Company is the second largest producer of cement in the country. And in Sokoto State, it seems that there's a lot of activity that will blossom from the commissioning of this cement factory. A lot of jobs will be created. BUA Cement also prides itself on being proudly African, and also by having environmentally clean standards. Speaking of sustainability, coming off the COP26, they're sticking to standards to reduce their CO2 emissions for noise and dust pollution. Environmentally friendly limestone cement for the entire nation to use. So we are just awaiting the commissioning of the new 3 MTPA BUA cement plant.
And apart from that, they do manufacture food products as well. The company refines and processes sugar, edible oils, rice, flour products, as well as distributes agricultural and industrial chemicals, iron and steel, and aggregates as well. And they do serve customers worldwide.
Well, of course, BUA Cement PLC is listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange with a total combined installed capacity of 8 million MTPA and a market capitalization of 1.18 trillion naira, making it the second largest cement producer in the Nigerian market and the largest cement producer in the northwestern region of Nigeria.
We're still bringing you coverage of the inauguration of the new BUA cement plant in Sokoto State, where it's expected that the President Muhammad Buhari will inaugurate some of the major projects over there, including the 3 million metric ton Line 5 cement plant, as well as 48 megawatts power plant. As we can see, the hall at the moment is packed with dignitaries and a lot of people waiting for the president to make a statement. Expected dignitaries include the governor of the state, Aminu Tambuwal, who should be there to receive the president, as well as the BUA Group chairman, Abdulsamad Rabiu, will be there as well. To be interesting to hear what the president has to say. But from what we can see at the moment, there's still expectation for the president to come into the hall and make one or two statements.
And while we're still waiting for him to arrive at the hall, let's give you a little more information about BUA Cement. It's been said that the BUA Cement factory in Sokoto is the largest private employer of labor in the northwest of Nigeria. They are mainly engaged in the business of quarrying, extracting, processing, and dealing in limestone, and the manufacturing and supply of cement, all eco-friendly up to COP26 standards in order to reduce CO2 emissions and boost cement production capacity within the nation.
Well, BUA Cement also says it is committed to expanding its footprint into markets within and outside Nigeria. The commencement of the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement provides boundless opportunities because of the potential involvement of about 1.2 billion Africans spanning 54 nations. So it is expected, that they are going to provide not just employment for Nigerians, but to a lot of Africans as well.
And to some history of the BUA Group, in 2008, it was incorporated and commenced operations in the same year through its floating cement terminals, BUA Cement 1, which was basically designed specifically for bulk and bag cement unloading. Then in 2009, BUA Group acquired the cement company of Northern Nigeria, CCNN, that was Sokoto Cement at the time as well, and also the Edo Cement Company to boost and increase the metric tons of annual cement production in the country.
And like we said, we're still live in Sokoto State, the inauguration of the new BUA cement plant. Now, just some features of this particular plant in Sokoto State. It's 2 million MTPA combined installed capacities, and that's for lines 1 and 2. 48 megawatts of captive power, and the coal mill efficiency, popularly known as the heart of the cement plant. There are also cement silos with combined total storage capacity of 25,000 tons. There are gas analyzers used in regulating carbon emissions released into the atmosphere, air purifying machines set up to enhance the quality of air released, as we were talking about the sustainability and eco-friendliness. And the president has entered the hall. We can see him now. We are awaiting him to walk to the podium and give us a speech officially inaugurating the new BUA cement plant in Sokoto State. And he's actually inside of the plant. We can see the workers there. It seems like the president is surveying the work and the building and just seeing how much work is done and the completion of certain parts of it and seeing how everything is running. And we will soon wait for him to enter the hall to officially inaugurate the new BUA cement plant.
And he's still carrying on. I think at the moment he's going on an assessment tour. Hopefully, I'm sure he won't have time to sort of go around everywhere, but I'm sure they'll show him the few necessary places that he needs to see before he goes into the hall. But let's listen in and see what's going on.
1,000 in addition to 200 crores of private national funds. Voted with the president by administrative it will have a 200 rate for you. The fact that the temperature is 1,550 degrees centigrade. Before we make this, and then from there, Mr. President, sir, use 100% local resource here. And 5% limestone and 5% gypsum, which is sourced from Sokoto and parking lots and 100% local resource here. And for our energy, like I mentioned, we depend on coal, which is 100% local resource. And then we are also using financial gas, which is the first of its kind in Nigeria. Thank you. With ATK project start. Thank you very much. Yes, okay. Yeah, I just said our food.
We're still bringing you live coverage of the inauguration of the new BUA cement plant, where President Muhammad Buhari is currently inaugurating the 3 million metric ton line 4 of BUA cement facility. The president will also perform the groundbreaking for Sokoto line 5 of the cement factory as well. The plants, when completed, will bring BUA's production capacity to 20 million tons per annum from the current 11 million tons that it currently produces.
Well, it will interest you to know that BUA Cement, the Sokoto plant, is primarily engaged in the business of quarrying, extracting, processing, and dealing in limestone, as well as the manufacture and supply of cement. The cement plant in Sokoto State, Nigeria, is the largest private employer of labor in northwest Nigeria.
Speaking of the cement and sustainability, BUA prides itself on being proudly African and also keeping to COP26 standards when it comes to producing cement. The CO2 emissions for noise and dust pollution, they have very interesting strategies to reduce those. They also have carbon emissions and gas analyzers and operators present on site. It's not what we're seeing right now, but I'm sure that they are there. Environmentally friendly cement for the nation. BUA Cement is listed on the NGX Limited, that's the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and we are all here watching live footage of the impending inauguration of the new BUA Cement plant. A lot of dignitaries making their way to the hall, and the president himself, we saw him earlier at the plant with some of the workers surveying the work and the equipment and just general overlook of how things are going at the cement plant that will be inaugurated today in Sokoto State.
Yes, so we're still looking forward to hearing from the president. In the meantime, some history of BUA Group. In the second quarter of 2015, BUA signed a contract with FLS Smith for 3 million MTPA new production line in Edo, cement to be sited at Obu in Edo, as well as in 2017 as well. They did a 3 million MTA facility there. In 2018, BUA Obu Cement completed a 3 million MTA plant, resulting in a combined capacity of Okpela of 6 million MTPA as well. In 2020, BUA Group consolidated its cement operations and listed on the exchange a total combined installed capacity of 8 million NPTA and a market capitalization of 1.18 trillion naira, making it the second largest cement producer in the Nigerian market.
And we are looking at live footage from Sokoto State. The president of our nation has just come out of the bus. It seems like he is making his way into the hall where a lot of dignitaries have been waiting to officially.
Special guest of honor this afternoon. Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. We have the national anthem, please. Thank you very much. May please be seated. You're most welcome, sir. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this very, very auspicious occasion, the official commissioning of the new 3 million metric tons per annum BUA Cement Sokoto Line 4 cement plant and the groundbreaking for Sokoto Line 5. We have been privileged this afternoon to watch on the screens our president as he commissioned the Line 4, and we are very glad to have his esteemed presence right here in the auditorium with us this afternoon. Can we please make welcome the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Thank you. Going straight into the program, I would like at this point to invite up on stage the Managing Director of BUA Cement for his welcome and opening remarks. Please help me and welcome Engineer Yusuf Binji.
Your Excellency Mohammed Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellencies Executive Governors of Sokoto, Kebbi, Kano, Kwara, Deputy Governor of Jigawa State, Your Eminence Sultan of Sokoto and other royal fathers with us today, Ministers, Governor of the Central Bank, all other protocols observed in order to save time. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a special privilege for me to be given this opportunity to welcome Mr. President, governors, government functionaries, royal fathers, and other distinguished guests to the official commissioning ceremony of the BUA Cement Sokoto New Production Line No. 4 by His Excellency Mohammed Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, today, the 27th day of January 2022. The journey to where we are today started 58 years ago by a gentleman known to many of us as Sir Ahmad Bello, Sardauna of Sokoto and Premier of the then Northern region. May Allah grant his soul eternal peace, Amin. The first line of 100,000 tons started production in 1967, and the factory was then expanded by a second line of 500,000 tons per annum, and it was commissioned in 1985 by no other person than the then head of state, Major General Mohammed Buhari. Your Excellency, sir, that production line you commissioned 36.5 years ago is still operational today, and you have seen it. With the successful acquisition of Cement Company of Northern Nigeria by the BUA Group in 2010, the company began an expansion program to meet the cement demands of Nigeria. A third line of 1,500,000 tons capacity was constructed and commissioned under your administration in 2018 by the Vice President, Mr. Yemi Osinbajo. The production line No. 4 that Mr. President will graciously commission today has an installed capacity of 3 million metric tons per annum. This new production line can produce 160 trailers of cement daily, 7 days a week, all year round. The cement factory utilizes 100% locally sourced raw materials, limestone and gypsum, for which we have a process reserve of over 300 million tons within our mining lease that is capable of sustaining our operations for more than 40 years. The plant itself is environmentally friendly with almost zero emissions, thanks to the advanced dust recuperation technology adopted that meets up to the most stringent emission requirements worldwide. The major fuel being utilized to run the factory is coal and liquefied natural gas. This is a first in Nigeria, Mr. President. Our new 48 megawatt power generation plant is running entirely on LNG. Again, another first of its kind in this part of the country. To achieve these sustainability goals in line with the targets set at the Paris Accord, we have built and commissioned an LNG regasification plant, the biggest of its kind in Nigeria. We now receive LNG from suppliers about 1,400 kilometers away, transported under cryogenic conditions, and subsequently regasified for use in both our cement and power plants. All these facilities are part of what you have seen in your tour of our factory today. Mr. President, sir, what you are commissioning today is no doubt one of a series of steps in our unrelenting drive to make cement readily available and affordable for Nigeria's infrastructural development. In that respect, we have also commenced the construction of line number 5 in Sokoto and another production line in Edo State. Once these two new lines are completed in 2023, BUA Cement's total installed capacity will be 17 million metric tons per annum. Mr. President, we are indeed very grateful to you and your administration, both past and present, for being part of our success story and creating an enabling environment towards cement self-sufficiency in Nigeria. We truly appreciate your presence in this factory today for the second time in our history. My few remarks will not be complete without giving special appreciation to the government and the good people of Sokoto State under the leadership of His Excellency Amin Waziri Tambuwal. The governor's support and encouragement towards our cause has been unprecedented. Thank you very much, my brother. I will seize this opportunity to thank Mr. President for making our time to commission our new cement line number 4. I equally wish to thank all those that have graced this occasion, and indeed also the numerous well-wishers that sent in solidarity messages. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, the MD of BUA Cement, Engineer Yusuf Binji. At this point, I would like immediately to call up for a goodwill message. We have two goodwill messages that we will hear this afternoon. The first is from the chairman of the Cement Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, that is Alhaji Lawal Bello. Let's welcome Alhaji Bello as he comes up.
The President, Commander-in-Chief, President Muhammad Buhari, Mr. President, please permit me to respectfully observe the established protocol here. It gives me great pleasure to felicitate with BUA Cement PLC and present this goodwill message on behalf of the entire membership of Cement Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, abbreviated as CMAN. As the umbrella body of all cement manufacturers since 1989, the association has consistently engaged all stakeholders, especially all relevant government agencies of all the industries in the manufacturing sector. There is no doubt that the cement industry stands out as one of, if not the fastest growing industry in the nation. Mr. President, distinguished guests, from production capacity of 5 million tons at the inception of CMAN in 1989 to over 50 million tons today, one can say that the growth is exponential. A clear indication of government policies achieving the desired results. Mr. President, we thank your government for strengthening and continuing with the policies. We also thank you for your commitment, steadfastness, and leadership. Your presence here clearly depicts that. I congratulate the chairman of BUA, chairman and founder of BUA, Abdulsamad Rabiu, and BUA Cement PLC for this landmark achievement in the cement industry within a short period of time, and from all indications, more of this is coming from them. We at Seaman are calling on all and will be happy to welcome new investors into the industry to take advantage of government's good policies for the growth of our economy and also getting good returns on their investment. We thank the government and good people of Sokoto State, especially the Kalambina community, for all the support given to one of our members. Once again, I thank you all. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so very much, sir. For the second Goodwill message, it is my privilege to invite up onto the stage the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele. Let's welcome the CBN Governor.
Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, Right Honorable Aminu Tambuwal, Your Excellency, the other governors, executive governors here present today, and let me recognize the governors of Kano, Kebbi, and Kwara, and the Deputy Governor of Jigawa State. All are revered royal fathers here present today, but please permit me, Your Excellency, to recognize His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Muhammadu Sa'ad Abubakar, His Eminence, the Emir of Kano, and His Eminence, the Oni of Ife. Chairman, BUA Group of Companies, Alhaji Abdulsamad Rabiu, Honorable Ministers here present, Captains of Industry, Bankers, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press. I am extremely delighted today to address you at the commissioning ceremony of this Line 4 ultra-modern 3 million tons per annum cement manufacturing plant by the BUA Group of Companies here in Sokoto State. I'm particularly delighted to see that the painstaking efforts and ingenuity of Nigeria's private sector is yielding bountiful fruits in broad daylight. These efforts, such as the one being displayed here today by the BUA Group, are critical complementary ingredients to reducing unemployment and boosting production activities in our country. Not least, also, these investments help to support the Central Bank of Nigeria's mandate of promoting stable macroeconomic growth in our country. Your Excellencies, I would therefore like to congratulate BUA Group, led by its inspirational and inimitable Group CEO, Alhaji Abdulsamad Rabiu, for this investment. The BUA Group's investment in Sokoto and other parts of Nigeria reflects their belief in our country and in the immense opportunities available in the industrial sector, given the abundance of human and natural resources in Nigeria. I'm aware that this facility, which cost millions of dollars, was fully funded with the equity contribution of the BUA Group of Companies without resorting to any sort of external finance. Congratulations. Your Excellency, sir, over the past 7 years, significant efforts have been made by the government under the visionary leadership of President Muhammad Buhari to steer our economy from its dependence on imports towards one that is self-reliant, and that which enables Nigerians to produce what they consume and eat what they produce. As part of the efforts of this administration to drive productivity in the industrial sector and to conserve our foreign exchange reserves, a decision was taken by the government in 2015 to restrict access to foreign exchange for imports of 43 items which could be produced in Nigeria, but for which billions of dollars were being spent annually on imports. One of the restricted items was cement. In making this decision, we were aware that the key raw material required for the production of cement is limestone, which is readily available across our country. Following implementation of this new directive, Your Excellency, I am pleased to note with delight that the production capacity of the cement industry in Nigeria has doubled exponentially indeed, from 30 million tons in 2014 to about 60 million tons in 2021. Consequent upon this investment by local businessmen into the cement manufacturing sector, our nation has been able to conserve billions of millions of dollars, as no dollar from our external reserve has been spent on imports of cement into the country in the last 7 years. More importantly, Your Excellency, these investments have saved and created several thousands of jobs across multiple sectors of our economy. It is important to note that these gains are not a coincidence, but are a reflection of the success of the backward integration policy of President Muhammad Buhari's administration, with significant opportunities in housing, construction, and related industries. There still remains sufficient room for additional investment in the sector, and I'd like to urge potential investors to take advantage of these opportunities available right away. Let me assure current and prospective operators in the industrial sector that the Central Bank of Nigeria stands ready to continue to collaborate with you in enabling the development of a viable manufacturing sector in Nigeria. For those who are willing to invest in new greenfield or existing brownfield projects, the CBN will provide all the support needed, both in naira and dollars needed, to import plant and equipment to actualize your dreams. This stance is directly in harmony with our resolve to create a professional and people-oriented central bank that will act as a financial catalyst for job creation and inclusive growth in Nigeria. Your Excellency, before I conclude my remarks, please permit me, sir, to seize this opportunity to appeal to our manufacturers in the manufacturing sector to please take urgent action in bringing down the price of building materials in Nigeria. Indeed, there has recently been calls by construction companies urging our cement and steel manufacturers to do something about the skyrocketing price of these two essential items in the construction industry. This sector is one of the major sectors in the economy, helping to create employment and boost growth in our country. We are aware that some of our cement manufacturers are producing both for domestic and export needs. But we urge you, our cement manufacturers, to please pay more attention at satisfying our domestic needs so that prices can come down. On our part, the CBN wishes to reiterate its determination to provide the needed support for importation of your needed spares, plants, and equipment needed to increase your production capacities of the cement plants in the country. In closing, Your Excellency, let me thank the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, His Excellency Right Honorable Aminu Tambuwal, for all the support that enabled this investment to come to light today. We thank you, sir. I'd also like to commend the BUA Group once again for the steps that have been taken towards ensuring that this cement facility is eventually realized today, and we encourage you to do more, and you will receive more support from us. I thank you for your attention, sir.
Thank you so very much, the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, for that wonderful, those wonderful goodwill remarks. Now I have a very special privilege to ask up onto the stage to share a few remarks with us the visionary for the BUA Group. He is the chairman of the BUA Group, none other than Alhaji Abdulsamad Rabiu. Can you please join me and welcome the chairman as he comes up on stage? Thank you.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR. Your Excellency, I can see we are a little bit behind time, so with your permission, I would please want to stand on already established protocols. Thank you, sir. I would like to start by expressing my most profound appreciation to Your Excellency, Mr. President, for gracing today's commissioning despite your busy schedule. Your presence here today, sir, is another affirmation of your unwavering commitment to Nigerian businesses and your vision to industrializing Nigeria. I also welcome you and everyone else here to the commissioning of the BUA Cement Sokoto Line 4 at this historic location. Location steeped in history and one where Mr. President commissioned the second line in 1985 when he was then head of state. Mr. President, a little over 4.5 years ago, shortly after the commissioning of BUA's first greenfield cement complex, which is the 3 million metric tons per annum BUA cement in Edo State by His Excellency the Vice President, we continued our audacious yet structured expansion program to meet the growing demand for cement in Nigeria, with regional exports also in focus. Mr. Governor, we are going there. We had a vision to support your government's infrastructure agenda by ensuring we use locally available raw materials to produce cement here in Nigeria. In the past 6 years, sir, we have completed 4 plants, 2 in Edo State and 2 in Sokoto, of which this Sokoto Line 4 is the 4th, with BUA's total production capacity now standing at 11 million metric tons with the completion of this plant. Next year, Your Excellency, we intend to complete the construction of new plants of 3 million metric tons each, for which construction is already going on. One in Edo State and the other one here in Sokoto. And we expect these plans to be completed next year, which will bring our total production capacity to 17 million metric tons. And we look forward, Your Excellency, for you to come and commission them by the first quarter of 2023, inshallah. Your Excellency, sir, distinguished guests, BUA will continue to invest more in the cement industry until Nigeria is self-sufficient and cement is made available, accessible, and affordable for all Nigerians. There are many reasons one can attribute to the important nature of this plant. The attendant effect of these investments in new factories go beyond the community and the state. It extends to the region and the entire country. From a job creation and economic standpoint, the Sokoto plant continues to be the largest private sector employer of labor in the northwestern part of Nigeria. Also, by adding value to resources mined in Nigeria, Nigeria is being saved billions of dollars in foreign exchange that would have been spent on importation, whilst also ensuring product availability. In fact, 95% to 98% of all the raw materials used in our cement manufacturing process are sourced locally. In addition to this, and our investment in social impact and CSR programs for the community and Sokoto State at all levels, we are also committed to environmental sustainability. We have diversified our energy sources by introducing greener alternatives, in this case LNG, to power the Kings and 48 megawatts power plant. Our power plants are now running on 100% LNG, leading to reduced carbon emissions. This is the first of its kind at any cement factory in the country. What this means also, Your Excellency, is that as soon as the AKK, which is the Abuja Kaduna Kano gas project, comes on stream, we are ready to be one of the first off-takers to satisfy our energy needs. This will also encourage further industrialization within the region, open new industries, and ensure greater development and prosperity for this region and the nation in general. Mr. President, sir, all of this would not have been possible without your support and commitment to the development of the Nigerian economy. As a proudly Nigerian company, we will do our best to continue to support your efforts, Mr. President. The support of the Central Bank of Nigeria and its governor in setting up this gigantic project is also worthy of mention, by making available the necessary foreign exchange needed for the importation of machinery and equipment. So far, we have invested over $1 billion in the past 4 years, and we urge the Central Bank of Nigeria to continue to support industries like ours that use locally sourced raw materials to add value, because as mentioned earlier, these industries potentially save the country billions of dollars yearly, and also ensure products are readily available across the length and breadth of the country. I must also thank specifically His Excellency, the Governor of Sokoto State, the Right Honorable Alhaji Aminu Tambuwal, who has never wavered in his support in ensuring an enabling environment for BUA cement to thrive. Your Excellency, we thank you. In the same vein, our partnership with our host community, Kalambena community, has been mutually beneficial. The people of Kalambena have been so cooperative, peaceful, and supporting of the business and our activities. This has ensured a mostly hit-free operation in this area for more than 50 years. And has given us the confidence to invest more whilst adding to the socio-economic development of the area through various investments in infrastructure, education, healthcare, jobs, and other social impact areas. Distinguished guests, I would like to state that BUA Cement remains fully committed in making cement more available, affordable, and accessible, using raw materials available locally. This is important for housing and infrastructure development as well as national development, and we will keep doing our own part to actualize this goal. Finally, I want to thank you, sir, Your Excellency, Mr. President, for your commitment to the growth and development of manufacturing, mining, and other key industries in this country. Businesses can only thrive if the enabling environment is right and is supported by the right policies. We are aware of your government's efforts, but we know also that government alone cannot do it without the positive collaboration and support of the private sector. This is why we come in and will continue to support national and economic development as we have always done, sir. Once again, I welcome you all, our distinguished guests, to the commissioning of the new 3 million metric tons per annum BUA Cement Sokoto Line 4. And thank you all.
Now it's my privilege to ask up on stage our host this afternoon, the host governor, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, for his remarks. Please join me and welcome Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal.
Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari, my brother governors of Kebbi, Kano, Kwara, and deputy governors of Jigawa and Sokoto, members of the National Assembly here present, Your Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, other royal fathers, honorable ministers here present, the only governor with money, governor of Central Bank, my brother, the chairman of BUA Group, Alhaji Abdulsamad Rabiu, the MD of the BUA Group, Engineer Yusuf Haliru Binji, management of BUA Group, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the government and good people of Sokoto State, I warmly welcome our dear President, His Excellency President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, to the seat of the Caliphate. We thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to perform the historic commissioning of Line 4 of BUA Cement Plant, a gigantic and strategic project that will make our country one of the top cement producers in Africa, improve our economy, and provide more jobs to our teeming youth. I must especially commend the chairman of BUA Group, Alhaji Abdulsamad Rabiu, for his patriotism and uncommon entrepreneurial spirit. He is a silent achiever, and we are inspired by his drive and total commitment to the advancement of the economy of Sokoto State and Nigeria. It may interest you to note that this is the second time in the life of this administration in the state, and indeed at the national level, that we are witnessing the official commissioning of a BUA cement plant in Sokoto. Line 3 was commissioned by His Excellency the Vice President, and Line 4 is being commissioned today graciously by Mr. President himself, while Line 5, which is already in the works, will hopefully be completed and commissioned soonest. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, since assumption of office in 2015, our administration in the state has been working assiduously to revitalize the state's economy and make Sokoto State a destination of choice for businesses and investors. We have put in place legal and institutional frameworks to make the business environment conducive. It is therefore not surprising that our state was recently adjudged the second best in ease of doing business in Nigeria. We have in place a robust package of incentives for investors and businesses, which include the provision of land, state tax relief, and necessary infrastructure. It is noteworthy that Sokoto State is one of the states in Nigeria that has attracted foreign direct investment despite the prevalence of the COVID-19 pandemic. In fact, a few meters from here is the construction site of the OCP Morocco fertilizer blending plant. The State Ministry of Commerce has been unrelenting in its drive to make Sokoto State a major business hub. It has also been coordinating the export of agro-commodities from the state to West African countries. The continuing expansion of the BUA cement plant in Sokoto is the best testimonial that Sokoto State is indeed a conducive business environment. Our society is hospitable, and we are endowed with abundant natural resources waiting to be exploited. Let me seize this opportunity to once more salute the host community, Kalambaina, for their exemplary embrace of the industrial hub they are hosting over the years. They have indeed been very welcoming, cooperative, and peaceful. Once again, I thank the chairman of BUA, Abdulsamad Rabiu, your dynamic team for making Sokoto your home and putting our state on the global map in industrialization and investment drive. I'm also glad to intimate Mr. President and other distinguished guests here that Abdulsamad Rabiu Foundation is supporting the state with a sum of 2.5 billion naira towards the development of education, health, and social sectors. This is in addition to what BUA has been doing, as depicted by the video we have all washed in areas of social corporate responsibility to the people of the state. I wish to once again, on behalf of the government and our people, appreciate the presence of Mr. President among us and thank everyone for gracing this commissioning ceremony. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you and take you back to your respective destinations safely. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Thank you so very much, Your Excellency. I have a slight announcement to make just before we hear the speech from our very special guest of honor. After the speech by Mr. President, the following names I will call will rise and come to the front to join him for a group photograph before we'll have the national anthem, which will be prior to his departure. I'll just go through the list. It's a list of 18 people. Please pay attention. The governors, of course, of Sokoto State, Kebbi State, Kano State, and Kwara State. The deputy governors of Jigawa State and Sokoto State. Former Governor Ali Wamako of Sokoto State. The Sultan of Sokoto. The Oni of Ife. The CBN Governor. The Chairman, BUA Group. The Managing Director, BUA Cement. The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment. The Minister of Water Resources, the Minister of Police Affairs, the Chairman of Seaman, Alhaji Kabiru Rabiu, and Alhaji Karami Rabiu. So please join Mr. President after his speech for a group photograph. At this point, it is my privilege to invite up the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. Shall we please receive our President?
Please sit down. The Governor of Sokoto State and the governors of Kano and Kebbi State, the deputy governors that are here, members of the National Assembly, members of the Federal Executive Council, the Governor of Central Bank, His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto, Royal Majesty the Emir of Kano and the Oni of Ife, Chairman BUA Group, senior government officials, here present, captains of industry, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am glad to be here today to commission this 3 million metric ton BUA cement Sokoto Line 4 factory. Some of you may remember I was here in 1985 to commission the second line of this facility. Today, almost 37 years later, to commission the fourth line is a very special day for me personally. As you all know, one of the key economic pillars of our administration has been to create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. This is necessary for job creation and indeed our economy and national security. In the last few weeks, I visited Ogun and Kaduna states, where I observed many private sector investments in action. And today, I'm here in Sokoto to commission this multi-billion naira project. It is therefore very clear for all to see that our policies are working. Progress is gradually being made in all parts of the country. I want to thank BUA Cement, its founder, Abdulsamad Rabiu, and their entire team for the great work they are doing in supporting our economic diversification and job creation agenda. I I understand BUA Cement has completed 4 new cement plants of similar capacity in the last 5 years in different parts of the country. I am also told that the company is set to complete 2 more plants soon. Through this investment, BUA has shown without a shadow of a doubt that they believe in Nigeria and its potential. Today, BUA and other entrepreneurs have made Nigeria self-sufficient in cement and a net exporter of this strategic product. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased that through these investments, BUA Cement has created employment opportunities for our citizens. Today, BUA is the largest employer of labor in the Northwest region. I always remind Nigerians that every region, indeed every state in Nigeria, sits on huge reserves of resources. For example, in this area, Kebbi, Sokoto, Zamfara can boast of rice production, gold, and other precious metals, development, and of course, heavy industries like cement manufacturing. As a government, we introduce policies and mechanisms to support such investments in a legal, ethical, and inclusive manner. For example, we have the National Food Security Council on Food Security Matters and the Presidential Artisanal Gold Mining Development Initiative to develop local artisanal gold mining and ensure health and safety of mining workers and protect the environment. We remain prepared to support serious investors to set up businesses that will take advantage of these opportunities through value addition so as to take advantage of the huge market here as well as in the greater African region and the world at large. And the Northwest geopolitical zones. We expect this project to significantly ease movement of people, goods, and services. This will facilitate trade while lowering logistic costs associated with the inefficiencies of bed roads and bridges. Furthermore, we remain committed to bringing peace and stability to all parts of Nigeria. We continue to recruit and equip security personnel while expanding our social investment programs to support the youth and some of the most vulnerable members of our communities. You should all be reassured that we will win this battle against the criminal elements looking to destabilize our nation by hindering the progress of our economy. I want to now call on all entrepreneurs and businesses to emulate what is being done here. The task of nation building requires all hands to be on deck. The public and private sectors must collaborate if we are to achieve our aim of collective peace and prosperity across the entire nation. I thank you very much, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Bichi and the Emir of Kano to also join the photograph. Thank you.
Well, you're still watching the inauguration of the new BUA cement plant taking place in Sokoto State, there's been quite a number of addresses being taking place that we've witnessed so far. First of all, we started with a welcome address by the Managing Director of BUA Cement, Engineer Yusuf Binji, who gave the welcome address earlier on, and then followed by a goodwill message by Lawal Bello, as well as the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele, and then later on we had remarks by the Chairman and Founder of BUA Group, Abdulsamad Rabiu. Afterwards, there was a documentary on corporate social responsibility being played out. And then we had the remarks from the Governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwal. And then, of course, we had the President's speech where he spoke about progress being made in all parts of the country, as well as creating job opportunities by BUA for Nigerians and in the southwest region.
Well, I found it particularly striking, that the president said he commissioned the second line in 1985. So it's with great pleasure that he's commissioning the line 4 37 years later. He praised BUA for making Nigeria self-sufficient in cement production and for providing employment opportunities for many Nigerians, especially in the northwestern part of the country.
And in all of the goodwill messages, it was really hammered home that the cement is 100% locally sourced, the limestone and gypsum, and apparently we have enough in the mines for 40 years of this type of production. BUA Cement has done quite a bit. This is being called an ultra-modern facility, 3 million tons per annum, and production on line 4. It's really big moves for the government, for Sokoto State, and for everyone in attendance. It's quite commendable.
And just what we saw earlier on, the picture of the group being taken with the president, quite a number of dignitaries who have just taken a picture and are currently in greetings with the president, Governor of Kano State, Governor of Kebbi, Kwara, Jigawa, the Sultan of Sokoto as well, the Emir of Kano, the Oni of Ife, and the deputy governors of Jigawa and Sokoto, as well as former governor of Sokoto, Wamako, and also a couple of ministers as well. They're all making their way out of the venue, as we can see on our screens at the moment. It looks as if the inauguration of the project looks to be winding down.
Up. Yeah. And it's all in an effort to make cement easily available and affordable for Nigerians and our infrastructural development. Quite a great day with the inauguration of the new BUA cement plant. A lot of dignitaries in attendance, as well as the governor of Sokoto State, the chairman and CEO of BUA companies, and a lot of viewers as well who are interested in seeing how Sokoto State does with the inauguration of this cement plant.
Well, let's share some key facts of BUA Cement Line 4, with our viewers. It has the capacity to produce 3 million metric tons per annum. It has 48 megawatts dual fuel power, 6,000 tons per day clean energy efficiency and latest pollution abating technology, advanced automation via central control room, and state-of-the-art quality control laboratory.
It apparently also runs entirely on LNG, the first of its kind, and is stated as environmentally friendly and sustainable.
I think one of the key messages throughout this inauguration is one of the key messages of the inauguration is the fact that Sokoto State seems to be the largest labor employer in northwest Nigeria.
Well, I think another interesting thing to note is that the central bank governor, Godwin Emefiele, was also very pleased, with the fact that the federal government's decision to restrict importation of cement in 2015, is actually yielding results, because it has led to the country saving millions of dollars, and it has created thousands of jobs, for a lot of Nigerians, especially in the northwestern part of the country.
And this job creation thing is what we've been talking about as well. It's very important, and it's quite commendable. The CBN governor has also been quite busy going to inaugurate a couple of projects around the nation. The president as well, he has also been quite busy inaugurating a lot of projects around the nation. This particular one, the BUA cement plant, we saw the images earlier of the large cement plant. It is environmentally friendly, and the limestone is 100% locally sourced.
And of course, we must note that this was also a very good opportunity, for the governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwal, to woo potential investors into the state by listing a number of benefits. He spoke about the availability of land and the ease of doing business in Sokoto State.
Yeah, and I think he also talked about, foreign direct investment, which I think he's very pleased with. And I think at the end of the day, he's hoping that many other foreign investment will be implemented in the area and in the state as well. Now we can see some pictures, live pictures there of some royal fathers in the hall regarding the inauguration of the 3 million metric tons per day cement plant in Sokoto State.